Hi there, Addy here from TorontoIndianOnline.com, here with another great property that we have listed. It is located in High Park. It's close to Parkside. It's a 5-plex unit. Let's take a look at the numbers so we can give you a little bit more information about it. So the property is located in High Park. It's facing High Park, so you can actually see High Park from the property. 5 units, asking price is $1.15 million. The net operating income on it is $4,112, with the annual income at $49,339. Cash flow is generating is negative. We're going to take a look at it a little bit more in detail. One thing you should note is that unit 3 and 4, which the rent roll we're going to look at later on, should be rented for $1,600 and $1,300 respectively, which would generate another $850 a month. So this negative $482 is supposed to be $380 in the positive. So there's 2 units, as I said. One, if you were to buy this unit and you were moving into one, so you would be able to vacate one of the units that has less rent, move into it, generate additional income from there, and you'd be in cash positive plus. The property is listed for 4.3% cap rate. The future expected value for this property is $1.45 million. Again, 5 units, 4 on top, 1 in the basement. Let's take a look at the numbers in a little bit more detail. So purchase price $1.15 million, $920,000 would be your first mortgage. This is 80% at 20% down. Down payment requirement is $230,000. Closing cost $44,200. That includes about $38,000 for land transfer, plus your legal fees, any appraisal, and any other miscellaneous fees. Cost per unit works out to $230,000. Gross rent $5,400. Again, as I said before, there's additional rent that you can generate over here, another $800. You're looking at about $6,200. That would be your projected. $5,400 is your actual rent right now. Vacancy loss, which is at 2%, works out to about $108 a month. $52.92. Expenses, taxes are $54.76 per year. Insurance $972. This is the actual insurance that they're paying, but this is a little bit low. Your insurance might be a little bit higher. Hydro is at 35%, which is $34.32. Heat and hydro is $27.50. Now this actually tells you that all the heat and hydro is actually paid by the landlord. So if there's opportunity to add more meters, add more sub panels, there is opportunity over here that you can increase it. But I will tell you the property is running actually at a really efficient rate. I'll show you the numbers when we get down below. Waste and water is at $15.36. This includes the city water and the waste collection by the city. For total expense is $14,165. So net operating income, you're looking at $41.12 as we saw before. Mortgage payment work out to $45.93. And that generates $482 in negative cash flow on this one. Gross rent multiplier is 17.7. Oh, by the way, the interest rate that we have calculated is 3.5. We all know that the interest rates right now are much lower, so there's a lot of padding in here, so this number actually would be much lower. So it's not going to be 482, it's going to be lower than that. So the payment is not going to be $45.93, it will be less. I like to have a little bit of padding in there so it gives you a little bit of room to stress the property to see where your breaking point might be on this one. So the annual gross rent multiplier is 17.7. Operating expense ratio is 22%. This is the number that I was talking about before. The property is running very efficiently. There is room for improvement for properties like these where there's utilities are included in there. Up to 25% is acceptable, but you should be always striving to reduce that. So 22.3% is the operating expense ratio. Debt coverage is 0.9, which is within guidelines. Cap rate is 4.3. Usually, I said within guidelines. That depends, because a lot of times when you're buying a property like this, the lenders are going to be looking at comparative market analysis rather than an income approach. But in this, if this was an income property, it would be a little bit of a concern. But if you're buying it as an income property, there would be something that we would have to look at. This is in High Park, so properties are compared not only by income, but they're also the comparative market analysis. A property similar to this, getting listed in this area, would definitely go for much higher price. So that is a consideration that the lenders would look at as well. Appreciation rate, these are for projection. These are the assumptions that are in here. 3% for appreciation. This is your rent appreciation. Vacancy rate is at 2%. Income inflation is at 2%. Sorry. The appreciation rate is the appreciation of the property. Income inflation is increase in rental value. Expense inflation is at 1%. Loan to value for refinancing, this is what's down below. that you will see when we're calculating the number, and the selling cost based on 10 years would be 80,500. So this is a breakdown of the numbers that we were looking at as the incomes increase over the course of your ownership. You can see the value of the property would increase as well. The full copy of this report is available down below, so if you want to get a copy of it, just look down below where it says detailed finance analysis, and you can get the whole report and you can go through it with a fine-tooth comb. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me and I can help answer that. This is the rent roll for the property. There's apartment 1, which is at $950. Apartment 2 is at $1,100. Apartment 3, this is at $1,075. This is supposed to be at $1,600 because this is the 3-bedroom. Apartment 4, which is at $975, should be at $1,300. And apartment 5 is at $1,300. So there's 2 units with 2 parkings over here. Total number of units, as I said before, are 5. $5,400, which should be at $6,200. And that's all the report that I have. These are the closing costs. If you have any questions, if you want more information, feel free to reach out to me, 1-877-439-2339, extension 1, or Addy at heyaddy.com. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.